Growing up in a small community, there was a group of us that actually said in high school, we're not going to drink or do drugs because we were motivated through sports. So that was a goal we kind of all had for ourselves, but thinking about it now, I think we all kind of fell into that normalization coming from the smaller communities. And yeah, like many others, it started in high school. And it only got worse over time. It started off as fun and social, but that's not how it ends. What we have to do as a community is we need to talk about this stuff. Si Kelvin Kichilia Seya, Bichoko Tso Ante, Simu Seta, Doris and Lawrence Kichilene, Naza Clincho Yati, Keson Hanio, Sin Dunke Kuda Sadeji. My name is Kelvin Kichilia. I come from Bechico, and it's in the Clincho region. My parents are Lawrence and Doris Kichilia. For a lot of us, we always want to justify it, and we always want to say why we can continue to behave we're doing. We only live once. Nobody can tell me what to do. No one knows what's better for me. So we all justified it in a way, and we all do it individually. What I would say is a lot different from what someone else would say. The turning point for myself was empowering myself through culture. I was fortunate enough to participate in the Tundra Science Ecological Camp in Darren Lake, and I learned more about my culture and my identity through an archaeologist named Tom Andrew, who worked at the Prince of Wales. So when I left that experience, I felt so empowered because he taught me so much knowledge of what elders had shared with him and what he knew about my family tree. So I made a decision on January 19, 2020. Funny enough, it was right before COVID that I decided, you know what? I wanted to be the best version of myself, and I want my daughters to see that there's a lot to me. And I think through academics is how I empowered myself again through my culture. In order to move forward, I had to ask myself some serious questions. Do I have a drinking problem? How do I love myself? How do I give myself control? How do I give myself power? How do I bring myself to where I want to be? And that's when I decided personally to break myself in 3 elements: mind, body, and soul. You can see that alcohol affects those 3 elements. So fast forward, when you give it up, your organs recover, your body's overall is recovering, your mind, you're able to read, you're able to focus, and then now the soul part, the conscious and subconscious. And that's why a lot of people struggle, is because either they have trauma, they can't get over it. That's a conscious part of the brain, and that's the part of the soul. What's my purpose on earth? What's my purpose in this community? What's my sense of belonging? So those are the areas that you have to work hard at. And academics strengthen my mind. Doing physical activities and working out in the gym changed my body to be healthier. Then now I have the soul, which is like everything I do now is family orientated, and I try to figure out how can I help people. When I think of alcohol use, I break it down into 4 categories. So you obviously have the people that don't do it. You have the other people that do it in moderation, that probably do it around social gatherings or every few weeks apart, maybe even months apart. And then you have the other 2 categories, which are the bigger ones, the functional and non-functional. And we normalized it a bit in the North, functional and non-functional. An example would be a functional person makes it to work, a non-functional doesn't. So who is going to get in trouble? The one that did not make it to work. But the other person that made it, obviously has an issue. but it's not being addressed because they're able to perform. I think at one point I did say to someone, I think I have an issue. And the response was, no, you don't. And it's because I was functional. So they didn't see what I felt. So they give me an answer that made me feel, you know what? Hey, I don't have a problem then. I'm gonna keep on going. 2019, I mentioned it to someone. I said, I feel like I have a problem. They told me what I did not want to hear. Yes, you do have a problem. You admitted it. It's coming from you. So only you can do what's best for you, and you need to take control. If you're doing it in a non-functional, functional way, you're actually not only hurting yourself, but you're hurting the people around you, the people you love, your family, your parents, community members. You can slowly lose everything you worked hard for, and it could just be a cause of a $16 bottle. That's the craziest thing about it.